All right, hey everybody, November 12th, 2012, that's the week. We've got a full week, but then we get ready for Thanksgiving. It's hard to believe it's already the holiday season. All right, on the 12th we have MSLT. We'll be looking at curriculum development with Sue Wilson, talking about supervision and some pretty big changes, positive changes that we can make here in the next couple of weeks. And we will be analyzing the one to glow on, one to grow on feedback that many of you supplied us with at a staff meeting. On the 13th, on Tuesday, we have parent-teacher conferences for the second time. We'll be supplying dinner from the office. We'll have sandwiches and chips and cookies and those kinds of things. So please come down to the 5-6 conference room for that. And on the 14th, we've got our part-time support staff interviews. We also have a scheduling committee meeting after school for those people that are interested in that. And we also have on the 16th the full-time support staff interviews happening. So lots of things getting done this week. The hires we hope to have starting by the week after Thanksgiving. On December 13th, which is still a ways away, about a month to be exact, we have afternoon snack club scheduled, and we'll have the some health room information and training with Melissa that we'll be doing, as well as some brain breaks activities from David O'Keefe has put together through the PEP grant for us. We all have access to this online stuff. And it looks pretty cool. He showed us a couple of these last week, and they look quite fun. So hopefully other people will get excited about that too. A couple other things here real quickly. Copy counts. Beginning of the year we talked about how much over budget we were with paper costs and printer costs and so on last year, and we asked people to really keep an eye on that. We did up the copy count limit for this year up to 7,000. There are quite a few staff that are over that, like about 1,800 for the quarter. Quite a few that are already over that limit. So I'm going to send an individual email with your specific copy number to those people. If you are anywhere near that 1,800, I'm not going to send you anything. And then if you are a person that gets an email, please talk to me. Let me know if you have any questions about it. Otherwise, again, we're just trying to make sure that we don't overspend on paper costs. This is what we budgeted for. I'd hate to have to go over it too much like we did last year. So again, just something for us to track a little bit. Supervision, like I said before, we've got a lot of change coming with that. We feel really good about it because of the hires that we were finally approved to get. That's going to make a big impact on that lunch supervision. So stay tuned for more information. MSLT is going to take a crack at that on Monday. I will also be sending out with this video, this update, a survey, a link to a survey that is not the scheduling survey. Excuse me, it's a quarterly check-in survey that I'm asking staff that are willing to fill this thing out for me. I do believe in continuous growth. I do believe also that we are in a time where lots of things are getting thrown at us from all different directions, and now more than ever, it is important for us to get a gauge on where we're at. Many of you get feedback from students and throughout the school year, and it kind of guides where you're going in your classroom too. If you don't do that, it might be something to try, and it's pretty interesting on what people get. So in a way, I'm doing the same thing. I'm asking you for your feedback. We're working on a lot of things. Some of you like it, some of you don't. I want to know that. I want to see where people are at. Help me figure out where the needs are specifically so that we can work together to solve them and move forward and try to keep morale moving in a positive direction instead of the other way, which I definitely would acknowledge that we've taken a hit in some of that this year. So help me out, please. Take the survey. Try to do that by November 20th. It is shorter than the schedule survey. Speaking of schedule, we did the listening sessions last week. Also, I've been scanning the schedule survey that many of you have taken. There are some themes there on the screen here. Those themes are probably anticipated, as we've talked from the beginning of the year. The nice thing is now we're a quarter of the way through, and we can speak from experience on this is working, this isn't working so well, here's some ideas that I have. And those of you that were in the listening sessions on Friday, I thank you. There were some great conversations, some long, some short, but definitely some good ideas. I'll email that out. Here's a photograph of all the notes. There's several pages here from Friday. As soon as I get those typed up, I will send those out to everybody. Anyway, there are some themes that came out. Please know that some of the parameters, like having an RTI block, having an intervention time, that was required. That had to happen somehow. when it is in the day, how it works, that stuff's all flexible, and that's the job of the schedule committee and the RTI steering committee and so on this year. So again, definitely good information. If you haven't taken the schedule survey, please do so by Tuesday. So far for the schedule committee, we've got Sue Winkler, Bill Porter, Dawn Burgess, Jim Skoleski, Susanna Sassman, and Sherry Trug. I am looking for 7th and 8th grade people to be involved with that. I know I've heard from a couple of people that one concern is, geez, will I be heard? I was on the committee last year, and how things ended up isn't what it looked like the direction we were going, during that first part of the year when we were really getting some ideas out. Unfortunately, to make some of the stuff work, and with the staffing limitations we had and so on and so forth, things did have to evolve, unfortunately, and the timeline was short. And unfortunately, we can't go back and change that. However, I do want everybody to know that the things that need to get adjusted very much rest in your hands. So the more people that are willing to be on the schedule committee, that would be helpful. The people that are on the schedule committee, their charge will be to get the information that we talk about out to their grade levels and teams and their parts of the building, and bring feedback back to that committee so that we can make some adjustments as we move forward. I can tell you from the schedule survey so far, there are ideas all over the board, and so some of it might be hard to sort through, but definitely your voices will be heard, so please be part of it if you're interested. The first meeting is Wednesday. It is after school from 3:30 to 5. The agenda for that, and this is very important, will be to look at the survey themes, revisit the parameters for our schedule, and then most importantly for some people is to look at when are we going to have these meetings. I've currently got them all scheduled for after school. It can all change. I don't really care when we meet. So some might be during the day, some might be after school. I can do comp time for after school. During the day, obviously, I can get subs. So if you're interested, please let me know by Wednesday, especially if you're a 7th and 8th grade teacher or 7th and 8th grade elective allied arts teacher. It would be great to have your viewpoint in there. All right, just a quick picture here. Chaos. Out of chaos comes order. This picture I've used in a lot of things over the years. A lot of changes, like I said, and a lot of chaos. The more people that we can have involved in looking at the schedule and looking at Norski time and looking at PPIS and looking at PLCs and all these other things that you're working on just in your classrooms or in your teams, we got to work together on it. And in order for us to get that nice wound up rope there, we need to sift through everything. So just remember, out of chaos comes order. We'll get there. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some hard work, but this year started pretty rough. We've got nowhere to go but up, and so let's start working to get things to smooth out a little bit for us. So again, if you're interested in helping with the schedule committee, we would welcome that. Norski Nods, Kelly Garrigan, Tracy Biedrowski, Laura Solopek, and Hallie Marks. Every week I love looking at these names. I kind of smile. I wish I could talk longer about each one. All four of these people, just like everybody in the other Norski Nod recognitions, are doing amazing things, and everybody does it in their own way, so it's really kind of fun to see. So congrats to these four, and remember, let me know by the end of the week who you're going to pass that on to for the next 2-day week and 5-day week. It'll be a 7-day Norski Nod for the next group. So congrats again, and that's it for the news this week. We'll see you in the hallways. Talk to you later.